Have you ever had a dream so big that it just paralyzed you? That you overthink, stress about every single step, that you do absolutely nothing in the end? I've been there with this house project, with my YouTube channel, and many other big decisions in my life. But there's a simple way to break through, and it starts with one mindset shift. Let me explain. Look at that, guys. It's coming together. That's our house. That's what we're building right now. So back in December of 2022, we had this idea of building our own home. And here in Finland, we actually have this lottery system for properties where you can go to this town council meeting and you get to pick a number, and then based on that number, you get to choose which property you would like to get. Now, this new neighborhood opened up recently, and we decided to go to that town council meeting, and we were number 3, and we got to pick a nice corner property with a beautiful forest in the backyard. We have a river back there with a dead-end road. So this is like the most ideal property that you could ever get. And it is also in our budget, and that's probably one of the most important criteria, because if you don't got the money, it's not yours. So of course, we reserved the property for ourselves. And then 1 month went by, and another month, and another month, and all of a sudden a whole year had gone by, and we still hadn't decided, are we actually gonna buy the property or not? Because we just felt so paralyzed and stressed about the whole idea of building a house. Even though we had this dream property, just the thought of building this house was just way too overwhelming, and we didn't know where to start. So we waited even more. Another month went by, another month went by, another month went by, to the point where our city was like, okay guys, you've had this property reserved for too long, now you need to decide whether or not you should buy it. So we talked it over with my wife Vera, and we just thought this property is too good to be true, we have to go for it. So we decided to buy the land. And we were so excited for it. But again, this overwhelming feeling just took over again, and we just kept on pushing it off even more. I realized that if we were gonna make this dream of building a home a reality, instead of trying to tackle it all at once, we're gonna have to take it one step at a time. So instead of trying to figure out all the pieces and figure out how this house project is going, I asked myself, well, what's the first step I should do? So we sat down with my wife Vera, we talked about our budget and our dreams for the home and the things that we absolutely need to have when it comes to how many bedrooms and the floor plan and things that we would find special in our future home. And then we found the right contractor to make this dream become a reality. And after just taking one step at a time, here we are. I'm right now here on the property. Just this week, the walls have gone up and now they're working on the roof, which is just insane because this has been in the works for over 2.5 years now. Now I know for you, maybe building a house is not relevant for you at all and you're wondering, why are you sharing this with us? But the reason why I wanted to share about this mindset shift is that it relates to anything big in life. Any big dream that we have or task that's ahead that just feels way too overwhelming to take on. Whether you're starting your own YouTube channel or quitting your full-time job to start a creative business, whatever that big overwhelming decision is that you need to make in order to make your dream become a reality is only ever gonna happen by just taking it one step at a time. It's like the saying goes, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So many people, for example, dream about starting a YouTube channel, but so few ever start. Because people get so caught up in trying to figure out every single detail before they just start putting the things into motion and making it become a reality. And they actually never get to that point of making it a reality because they just stay in that thinking stage trying to put all the pieces together, but they just never start. So they try to figure out what's the perfect camera setup, what's their niche, and how can they get 1 million subscribers overnight. When instead of worrying about all these things, they should just figure out what's the first step they should take, which is just to make a video and press publish. And once you've done that, you're gonna do that all over again until you start getting the flow of creating content. And then eventually you're gonna figure out all the other pieces of the puzzle. But if you never start, you're never gonna get to that point in the journey. Or maybe you dream about becoming a full-time content creator. You wanna quit your 9-to-5 job and be able to do creative things for a full-time living. But again, you're trying to figure out all the different pieces before you actually start. When really, instead of stressing about quitting your job, you should set a small, clear financial goal in order to make that happen. So first, figure out how you can make $100 from a freelance job, then $500, then $1,000, and all of a sudden you're able to pay the bills from your creative job, and you can do it as a full-time living. Or maybe you have a dream of a huge creative project like filming a feature film, but it's just so big that you're scared out of your mind. But what if you broke it down? What if you thought about, what's the first thing that I need to do? Well, first you probably want an idea for your feature film, then you're gonna write your script, then you're gonna do pre-production, filming, editing. There's so many stages along the way, and you don't have to think about everything and have everything figured out all at once, but rather you can just take it one step at a time, and as you just do one step at a time, you're gonna build that momentum, and all of a sudden you've accomplished your dreams. Kind of like here at the property. I would have never thought this is a reality, but we're actually seeing our house come up right now. I think you're starting to catch my drift. Stop letting fear and stress rob you from reaching your dreams and making them become a reality. Instead, ask yourself, what's the first step that I can take in order to go one step closer to seeing my dreams actually come into fruition? And then do it, make it happen. Take that one step, then the next, and the next, and the next, and all of a sudden you realize that you've made it. You've achieved what you set out to do in the beginning. Oh my gosh. They're lifting some piece of wood over here. There goes a roof trestle. That's how you make your dreams become a reality. Kind of like what we're doing here with the Hopway house. It's going from a dream that was in our head to now a reality. Anyways, I need to go back to shooting because these boys are gonna get this project done faster than I know it, and I'm documenting the whole process. If you're interested in following our house build, Hopway House on Instagram, I'll link in the description. It's yeah, interesting times here in our family. Look at this. This is the back of our house. Those windows from our living room and from our master bedroom are gonna be facing this forest. Beautiful, beautiful forest. All of these pieces came as big element pieces. So in the factory, they built this one piece, and then the crane lifts these into position, and then the team screws them all together. You might be wondering, what kind of crane do you need to get this done? Check this out. It's a massive crane here on the property, and it's lifting all of the elements up and putting them into place. Another wall has been done. This how much has been done today. It's coming together, coming together.